Guys, who does not wanna get rich? Everybody does, right? But the question then pops, what is the best way to get rich? A lot of people think that the only way to get rich is by having a business. A salaried person with a regular income can never truly become rich. Let me state it very clearly, that is not true. Now, it is true that business will get you rich much quicker, but one thing that people forget is that business has to be successful to get you rich. Just because you call yourself the CEO of some startup you launched, doesn't mean you got money. A business has to make a profit first, and on top of that, your profit margin has to be high enough to accelerate wealth accumulation. You all must know someone around you who is rich and achieved that from a 9-to-5 job. It does take time, anywhere from 15 to 20 years, but it is very much possible to make 3 to 5 crore in liquid wealth from a 9-to-5 job if you play your cards right. The people who became rich with a salary are people who maintained their financial discipline, they saved money and then invested smartly. They created a system for themselves that works, and then diligently followed the system. Stay tuned till the end and get to know the secret to getting rich from your 9-to-5 job. Before we do, press the like button, it helps the channel. Also, subscribe to the channel with the notifications so you don't miss the latest videos. If you want to start your own faceless YouTube channel, you will need some essential tools. I will leave the links to Pictory.ai and vidIQ. Do check them out, they are the fundamental software to launch a successful faceless YouTube channel. So, let's begin. In this video, I will talk about two different stages in a 9-to-5 career. Stage 1 will be for beginners who have just started and make less than 50,000 a month. Stage 2 will be for advanced people, with more than 5 years of work experience or a higher salary. This is a very important point, as most YouTube experts make blanket claims that in reality do not work for everyone. I mean, think about it, how can some abstract rule work equally well for someone making 20,000 rupees a month, and someone making 100,000 rupees a month? A question that a lot of youngsters have is, how on earth am I supposed to follow all these financial rules when I barely make 15 to 20,000 rupees a month? I can't even fulfill all my expenses and you want me to get financial discipline. How does that even make any sense? And you know what, they are not wrong. Youngsters cannot even begin to comprehend complex financial rules, and before they know it, the early mover advantage is gone. They cannot utilize the compounding effect properly, which is the key to long-term financial success. The power of compounding is the main driving force behind wealth multiplication. A youngster starting at the age of 21 to 22 will be able to use the power of compounding much more effectively than someone in their 30s. If you start investing early on, by the time you reach 40 years of age, your corpus would be large enough for you to quit your 9-to-5 and retire, and the interest that your investment will generate will surpass your salary. It is because of these reasons that financial discipline is a must for all, especially youngsters who don't make much money. Getting into a habit takes time. If you start early, it's always advantageous. Now, as I have mentioned earlier, the framework of financial discipline is different for youngsters and experienced people. Framework for youngsters. If you have just started your career, a basic rule to use is the 50-30-20 rule. Let me practically show you with an example. We take Rahul as our test dummy. Rahul is 21 years old and just started a job, making 20,000 rupees a month. How should he spend? 50% dedicated to needs. They include rent, AMI, food bill, clothes, electricity, internet, water, gas, and car payments. Now, as an individual you get to decide what your basic needs are. I gave general examples. Fundamental idea is to keep your needs under 50%. So, Rahul gets to spend 10,000 on his needs. 30% dedicated to wants, not needs but wants. I get it. Rahul is a young guy who wants to have some fun in life, maybe buy some nicer clothes, an expensive watch, the new iPhone, whatever, all that gotta be covered in the 30%. 6,000 rupees a month or 72,000 a year can be put aside for wants. How exactly Rahul will manage the corpus is a personal choice. 20% dedicated to savings and investment. Rahul needs to dedicate money every month for certain future goals that include a retirement plan, the job market has cutthroat competition, a kid's education, marriage, and many more. Now, that can be done through various investment options like mutual funds, stocks, fixed deposits, and many more. I will not go into the details of all in this video. Check out the playlist for investment options, or comment below for a separate video on how people with low income should start investing. So, every month Rahul should put aside 4,000 rupees for savings and investment purposes. Of course, the numbers can vary, but the distribution is meant to give a ballpark on how to manage your finances and learn financial discipline from an early age. As much as Rahul wants to make it rain in the club, he has to learn the art of financial discipline and wait for his time to come. So, that was Rahul at 21, a young man, just starting his career. But what happens after 10 years? Rahul is now much older. His income has also substantially increased. So, should the same rules apply now? Probably not. Now, we will have to look at the financial game plan for an experienced individual with a lot more money. Rahul now makes 1 lakh a month, a 5-time increase from his starting position. The 50-30-20 rule, in my opinion, should now become the 40-20-40 rule. 40% dedicated to needs. With age, more responsibilities are added, which inevitably means a rise in expenses. But his income has also gone up. 10,000 rupees was enough earlier, and now Rahul has 40,000 to spend. I know there is inflation, trying to make the video easy to understand. 20% dedicated to wants. Earlier Rahul has 6,000 to spend on his wants. Now despite the proportional cut, the total spending amount has gone up from 6,000 to 20,000. Rahul can continue to have a good lifestyle, as his income increase allows him to dedicate less to wants and still enjoy life. This is of course with the assumption that Rahul maintains his financial discipline. 40% dedicated to savings and investments. At 31, Rahul is now poised to make the next big move in his financial journey. He has a decade of financially sound decision-making behind him, and now, the moment has arrived to capitalize. 40,000 rupees every month must go to savings and investment. This jump in investment will put Rahul in a very strong position in 5 to 7 years. Remember, there is a decade of investments already there. Now it's time to accelerate. Rahul is now poised to retire in his early 40s, with his future secured. It took him 20 years, but the time has finally arrived. He can make it rain in the club now. Just kidding. So, just to recap, we saw the financial rule and its transition for an individual, with regards to age, experience, and income levels. 50-30-20 rule, which was very helpful at a young age, with limited money served its purpose. At a later stage, the rule changed and helped our man secure his financial freedom. That brings us to the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it and also subscribe to the channel. In the end, my message is to be patient and have some discipline. Your time will come. Take care of yourselves and your families. God bless us all. Thank you.